Hey everybody, and welcome to the Just Okay podcast with britneyled.
Hi. Oh my god, wow, I'm loud. Hello. I'm back. I have the headphones on. I could take these off, but I'm going to keep them on for the look. Currently, I have the sniffles. My nose is like a fucking faucet right now. It's just a lot of drip, but not like the cool cocaine kind, just drip drip dripping snot. Dripping snot. Um I don't know what today's date. I don't know why I was about to tell you all today's date. What is today? It's Sunday the 24th, I believe. And it's noon. Exactly. I am recording this in my living room. I got a couch now. Well, I've had the chair. I think we all know what my chair looks like if you've seen episodes. I have a single chair and then I bring another chair. But I finally got the other part. The chair is a part of a couch. And so I finally got the other section of it after I don't know, like a year's worth of looking on Facebook Marketplace, and it wasn't even far from me. It was like $100, and then I took it in an Uber and had a friend help me carry it up like 5 flights of stairs, but it was worth it. But yeah, today I'm sick, and I wasn't planning on making an episode again this week. Like, I posted one that I filmed like a month ago, and then I have another one from January. I should edit from when Philip was in town and we were celebrating my birthday, but that one may just wait for a rainy day. Yeah. But today I don't know, my plan is to just take edibles and relax today because I'm kind of like sick and I'm not good at sitting still and doing nothing. My old therapist wanted me to do yoga because she was like, you need to learn to sit still, and I'm like, I will not do yoga. I have done yoga before. I have been the healthy queen who did yoga, and doing nothing is really hard. It's also like the eating disorder in me is like, yoga doesn't burn as many calories as running, you know? Wow, that was a really loud, because I just heard that in here. I was like, wow. It was a nice sniff noise. I need to yeah, I have to move the mic when I have to handle my snot. Yeah, I'm just kind of catching up here because I got messaged by someone about how they missed me doing the podcast, and I miss doing it too, but I edit, film, produce it all on my own, and that gets to be a lot, and I was working a full-time job for a while. I'm not anymore. I'm kind of back to lots of random side gigs and it's good. It's good work. I mean, if any of y'all remember the dating app for ugly people I did ads for, anyone? I'm doing some more ads and stuff and UGC content, which I'm excited about coming up. But yeah, I feel like I now have more time to edit stuff. And so I'm going to try and get back into I need to not say try. I'm getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, when I was messaged by this when I was messaged by this person, he said, I'm glad to know that you're busy and doing things, but I miss the podcast. I'm like, the thing is, I'm not busy doing things. It's not that. It's that I have been very much ill mentally. This year's been a lot. I forget whether I've addressed this on another episode that I posted, because I've only done 2 this year. I've been doing this podcast for 3-4 years now, which is dope, and I love it. But my dad was diagnosed with cancer this year, and so that's kind of just taken a toll. And so that's part of why I don't have the job anymore, is because I wanted to find something that's more I can go back and visit him while he's in treatment. He's going to be fine. We're very fortunate. But cancer is still scary. So I thought I found a job. It turns out that it was just a very elaborate ass scheme. So I don't know if y'all have ever heard of LinkedIn, but I applied for a job on LinkedIn and I got emailed by someone, and they had an official company email, so I believed it. And I thought I got a job. I did an interview thing, which like was a scam too. And then it was a very elaborate scam, but it was so like elaborate. Like I was in a company portal, like, you know, like on a company website. It was very like, it seemed very official. The company is a real company that someone's just like using as it was insane. Yeah, it was very elaborate, and so that really sucked. So then I was panicking, and I like begged my old boss for my job back, and he was like, well, you know, like we need you here full time. And it was like, he's like, I need you to commit to 3 months of work. And I was like, I can't do that. Also, the idea of continuing at that job is hard for me. Like this job was the first job I've had since like in-person job since I was a barista in 2020. Like I have worked at comedy clubs and like comedy adjacent jobs mainly the past few years, which like I love. But in Austin, it's a lot easier to work comedy jobs because all the comedy clubs majority of them are next to each other, and you can like leave to go do spots and go back to your work, which is something I feel like I took for granted while I was there. Like I could work the door, like usher at Vulcan, then go do a spot at like Creek, then go back to work. But it's different in New York. They have a lot different like it's just different here, and I love New York. I mean, I re-signed my lease. It's been over a year of me living here, and I'm very fortunate to live here. Very #blessed, live, laugh, loving. But it is something that I took for granted in Austin. I feel like is like the fact that I could work and then go to a spot, then come back to work. Also, my shifts weren't like crazy hours. Also, Austin comedy pays a lot better than New York, in my opinion. But that's just neither here nor there. I am going back to Austin soon. It's the first time I've been back in a minute. I'm very excited. I get to go do a lot of shows one weekend. I'll be there April 11th through the 16th-ish, give or take. And I'm doing spots there. I'm very excited. I haven't been to Austin since October, really. I just find it hard to go back. There's lots of dynamics with like people there that have changed for me, you know, like. And last time I was there, I was supposed to do a show at Sunset Strip, which like I love the workers there. I love the employee, like their fellow comics and stuff. But the owner, who I had like planned this show for like months in advance, I like reconfirmed with him a month before too, because like we had it booked since like I was there in like June or July, and he canceled it with like a week notice, and that was like the only reason I was going there was to do this show. And I like asked if he could give me like other spots on things instead, because like I just want the stage time, and he, instead of replying, deleted the messages. I have everything screenshot, but like it was really disheartening because I was like, dude, I don't feel welcome in my own city. Like I'm from Austin, born and raised. This random guy just it sucks. And I'm still bitter about it. Like I don't like this guy. I don't fuck with you. I don't like the way you run your venue. I think it's fucked up to cancel something with like a week's notice because he last minute booked another show for the same time slot as mine, even though mine was booked way in advance. No refund for my plane ticket, nothing. Like, fuck you. That's not how you treat talent. That's not how you treat people. That's really fucked up. Really fucked up. So it hasn't made me want to go back. But I am excited. Like, the other owners of Sunset are great. It was just this one guy, and fucking it pissed me off. It pisses me off. It should, because like you shouldn't treat someone that way. You should not treat someone that way. If you're watching this, Anthony, hi. Yeah, it's fucked up in my opinion. The not replying, the deleting the messages, because one of the other owners was like, what happened, you know, because like I love her. She was like, he deleted the messages, so fuck you, Anthony. I don't know. It hasn't made me want to go home. And like on top of that, I had my friend pass away last year, and that was really hard. And then I think that was like, I get every time I talk about it, I start crying. I feel the water building up right now, and I'm like, you put on makeup, you can't. Yeah, my friend Nick Roach passed away. I talked about it, then I deleted the video. But that was really fucking difficult to go through because I've like never had someone that close to me. I had a crush on this guy. We went on a date like maybe a few weeks before his untimely death, and it was a really big bummer to say the least. It was his birthday the other day. That sucks to that. It doesn't suck. Like everyone has a birthday, but it was just like it was a sad day. Oh fuck. Hey. Yeah. But it's just one of those things. I know like life happens, but you know, I need to get back into therapy, but I'm figuring out my healthcare situation. I'm like, that's the main thing right now is like figuring out healthcare before I can go back into therapy because I can't pay out of pocket. And the last therapist I had on BetterHelp was crazy. Like I had a great experience of my therapist from BetterHelp in Texas, like an amazing therapist. I knew nothing about her, which is how it should be. I shouldn't know more about you than I do than I think you know about me. You know, like I had a really bad therapist for years in Texas named actually I can't say we'll call her we'll say her first name. This woman, my horrible therapist in Texas, she's like a Christian therapist named Vanessa. Who was a hardcore Trump supporter and called me a sex addict once, which like I could only afford to see her once a month, so like between both visits I had like a one night stand the night before. Did not have any sex in between, but she told me, well, I've only had sex with 2 people and I wish it was 1. I'm like, okay, you prude bitch. sorry your hole's only been filled twice by probably mediocre dick. Also love the idea of calling vagina hole. You want hole? She sucked very hard. She was a horrible therapist. Like I did get EMDR therapy from her, which was helpful, but I think that's because EMDR is helpful itself, but any other aspect, I think she was horrible and she should have her license taken away. You shouldn't be pushing your political views on me. You should not be like pushing your like, I don't want to say woman hating, but like slut shaming me. You shouldn't be slut shaming me. I don't have sex often, actually. I go months without it, and then I'll have like one day. You know, it's like I go 40 days and nights without water, and then I get the one day, and then it's like again, it's like it's dry season for a while. But she sucked very hard. I used to do a joke about her. She said I was a sex addict, and I said I wasn't. She's like, well, most addicts are in anal. So I'm in denial. I'm dyslexic. That was stupid. Was it worth saying? Probably not. But yeah, so that was a bad therapist in Texas. Then I had a great therapist because like I was very scared to do therapy again after having a very bad therapist, you know? And so I found this one. Her name was Lacey. I loved her. I didn't even know her name for majority of it. I was with her for like a year and a half. I loved her. But she was so professional, and it's like for me that's something I really wanted. I needed a professional therapist. I needed to know close to nothing about her, which thankfully I did. You know, like could not tell you much about her besides what she looked like, and she was dope. I really liked her. She helped me a lot with my eating disorder, which was partially why I got into therapy at the time, was because my eating disorder was so bad and so out of control. I needed to actually force myself to get some form of treatment. And like when you're bulimic, you can't really tell that someone has an eating disorder, like physically. Like you're like, you look fine because like you don't lose weight from bulimia, really. Except like you lose teeth eventually, which I didn't know at the time. Little did I know. Yeah. So I had like bulimia and anorexia. Like it would switch between the two for like 10 years, and it finally got so bad. Got treatment for it. She was an amazing therapist. And then she stopped using BetterHelp because she said it was a horrible platform. She didn't say those words, but I'm putting those words in her mouth. They're not great for providers. So it's been like a year without therapy for me, a year and a half now, after living in New York for a little bit. But I tried therapy when I first moved here because I was like really suicidal for a while. I was very depressed. I was not doing well last summer. It was a very up and down because you're very lonely when you move across the country. Like, even though I do have friends here and a great support system now, when I first moved here, it was hard, you know? Like, I have never moved really in my life. Like, I went to college at Texas State, which is 45 minutes away from where I grew up. I lived in downtown Austin, which is like 20 minutes away from my parents. Like, I have not lived anywhere outside of the greater Austin area in my life. And I moved to New York, got really depressed, and told my friends I was suicidal. The next day I signed up for BetterHelp because, like, I've had depression. I've had all these things for years and I know how to deal with it. And I was like, I can't put this on other people. I have to take care of myself. So download BetterHelp again. And my therapist is insane. I mean, I think I've talked about this a little bit. I don't like to talk about my siblings because it's not my business to share. I do this. This is me, like, on the internet. I put myself out there. But one of my siblings is a recovering addict and has, you know, transitioned and then detransitioned, which is extremely common for people with BPD. So I was talking about that whole thing with her, I think in my first session, and she said something about how that should be illegal. The fact that, like, people are able, I'm like, people should be able to make whatever decision they want. You shouldn't be pushing whatever political agenda you have on me. I think if someone wants to transition, go for it. If they want to detransition, go for it. That is your life. Do whatever you want and be who you are. Everyone goes through confusing eras in their life. And I just did not like that. But I was like, okay, gonna put a pin in it. Gonna noted. It may come up again, but I hope to God not. This could be a red flag, but let's proceed with caution. Next session, it was okay, but she was like, whatever. She was very, like, interested. I did comedy, and it, like, brought it up more. I was like, comedy isn't my issue. But I'm not here to talk about comedy. I'm here to talk about why I want to kill myself. And she kept bringing up comedy. I was like, that's the only thing that makes me happy. But, like, also, like, this is not, like, the issues I want to talk about. Third session, after, like, 2 chances, the session was pretty good up until the last 10 minutes. She proceeds to bring up why she didn't think Robin Williams was funny, but why she liked him. And then she ended up on deciding to talk about why she didn't think blackface was racist. And she was, like, a very old white woman, like, probably, I want to say 70s, but my dad is in his 70s and he looks way better than her. So she could also be, like, I don't know if it's, like, Hispanic genes maybe, and it's just white people age horribly and I can't tell, but, like, she's at least, like, 60s. I don't know. She looked really bad for her age, however old she was, and it was just like, I was like, this is an old white woman that I think lived right outside the city. Like, there's no, I can't imagine someone living in the city and saying that, but she could, I don't know. I just don't think that's something you tell people, that, especially when unprovoked, and because that's like I wanted to get help, and instead you're telling me why you don't think blackface is racist, which it is. Don't do it. You know, don't do it. Just don't. It's really easy to just not do. Her reasoning, if y'all wanted to know her reasoning, she was like, well, you had to do it for plays so then your face could show expression. I'm like, I didn't ask for any of this. I'm just trying to find a reason to live right now, and you're just telling me this, and now it's like I have homework, because, like, I don't just have to fire you, I have to report you. I barely have the will to live, now I have to do this, I have to stay alive so I can, like, maybe that was her plan. She was like, she's gonna stay alive long enough to report me. Yeah, no, I didn't kill myself. Clearly, I could never do it. I get very depressed and I think about it, but it's something that I yeah, we're gonna talk about. I don't, yeah, it's something I could never do. I've had so many people in my life that have either attempted or have done it, and it is heartbreaking. It is the I could I've seen one of my siblings attempt it a couple times, and just going to the hospital, no matter how many times it's been, is fucking shattering. It really sucks. And so I don't think I could ever do it, just based on the fact that like I've seen how it affects my parents, just like that we didn't know if my brother was going to make it one time. And now I was like, it was right after I turned 19, like the morning after I turned 19, my sibling attempted it. And it was just heartbreaking. It was the scariest thing. And it's one of those weird things when you get a phone call about someone attempting something like that, you kind of know. And then when my friend passed this past year, I got Philip called me because Philip knew that this guy and I like kind of were talking and like had a little bit of a thing going on. Ooh, the tears come. Yeah, this is why y'all wanted me back, baby. The honest raw tears. Um, it was shattering. I was at the gym, which I'm really glad not to say he did it on a convenient week for me, but I did just sign up for a gym membership like 2 days before, and I found out while I was on the treadmill from Philip, and I'm really great. I know this may not make sense, but like I'm really grateful it was Philip who told me, because Philip's like my brother. Like Philip is my family, and so he told me. I tried to go like sit in the sauna, but it was like heartbreaking. It was literally I felt like so gutted. I get depressed, but just like having been close to those things, I don't want anyone to do it. You know, it's not fun. Okay? Um I'm like a twisted person who like wants you to live for me, okay? If anyone wants you to live, it's me. Because it is one of the I understand that I can't imagine the pain, cuz like I've been so close to it, but I've never been so I'm I've always been fortunate enough to get help, and I can't imagine the pain that someone's feeling so low that they would actually do it, and it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. Um but yeah, if you were suicidal, find a therapist, and maybe even though BetterHelp wasn't great, I at least lived to see another day to report a therapist. I'm just now getting back into the swing of like doing comedy more regularly because I don't have to wake up early anymore, which is like really dope. I'm not seeing anyone. I've like tried. I think like basically I'm just need to be alone. I would love to have a partner, but I'm also like can acknowledge that's probably not what I need right now. I'm going back home. I'm not excited to see exes because that also sucks. I'm a sensitive little brat. I'm a sensitive little bitch. I really am. I am such a sensitive little bitch. Um, I'm just not excited to go home to see like certain aspects of it, but I am excited for the food. I'm excited to do stage time because thankfully I am very booked when I go back this time. I'm very grateful for the people who have reached out to me to offer me spots, and I'm also grateful like that I just get to go eat good food, see my dog, see my mother, see people I love and my friends, and I also may potentially Bonnie McFarlane offer me guest spot. She has to like clear it with the club, which I really hope it happens. You know, like it's not the end of the world if it doesn't, but that would be really cool to do some guest spots on her mothership show. But we shall see. That's like it's like a maybe. I hope it happens. Adam let it happen, please, sir. If you end up watching into 25 minutes of this video, let it happen. Ugh. I know I'm depressed and crying now, but I'll stop if you let me do guest spots. I didn't mean to talk about suicide that much. In case you... yeah, I didn't mean to... Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes you just end up talking and words come out that you didn't mean to. Oopsie. Yeah. I do think though I've been using a lot of stuff as an excuse to like take time for myself, but at this point there is no reason to continually like give myself as much leeway with this. Like at some point you have to get back to doing things regularly and being in the swing of it. So I want to post more. I am going to be posting more, and I have a podcast lined up for this week that I'm recording tomorrow, and then I have stuff coming, and I really appreciate you guys for, just like staying along and like keeping tabs, and also like for messaging me that you missed the podcast, because that really means a lot to me. I love this podcast and I love what I've created, and I just want it to be better, and I don't just like want to have any guests, like when I do this, I want to have people that I think you would enjoy. I want to have people that I can banter with and stuff. And so I think it's just like the time away has kind of helped me get my head mentally like better, but it's time to start making more videos again. And I just wanted to say thank you. I love you guys. Also, I guess I should talk. I did a naked comedy show. That's like the only new I did a naked comedy. It was a lot of fun. It's not really posted anywhere. I'm like sending it out on OnlyFans for like a lot of money if you want to watch it, but you don't have to. I'm also like, the lighting's horrible, so I'm like, you don't really see anything. But yeah, I did do a naked it was a lot of fun, and some of the crowd was naked too, which made me feel like a little better about it. I felt bad though, because like at the naked, I could not make eye contact with people. I would look at their dick or their tits first. I'm like, I'm making eye contact with you. Yeah. I also wore shoes because I wore shoes, socks, and my Apple Watch, because I'm not wearing less than what I wear in bed. Also, I always have my Apple Watch on. Gotta count them gotta count them calories. That's really the podcast. I think this is the episode. I think this is the... We got him, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Please be nice. I love you guys, and don't kill yourself. You're too sexy.